Hi guys, FMCampbe here, and welcome to what is technically now officially the last episode of the Wonderkid series. If you've seen the previous videos, and especially the last video, I actually mentioned this was a bit of a one-off, a bit of a surprise, just to end the series on, which it got quite a good response. So I thought I'd surprise you guys just with one more video. As you can see, I'm going to be doing an 11, a Wonderkid 11. Just to finish the series off. If you want me to do more teams of 11 like this, of different reasons, different subjects, it could be a team over 30 or a cheap 11 or anything like that, let me know, put it in the comment section below. One thing to make you aware of, this is my preference of an 11. You'll probably have disagreements between you guys about who I've picked. There's loads and loads of players to choose from, so to pick 11 out of the lot, it's quite tough, but I've narrowed it down to a team that I prefer most. If you think I should have put a player in there that wasn't in there, put it in the comment section down below. But yeah, just go crazy. Don't forget to hit the like button on the video, and if you want to subscribe, you're more than welcome to. If you want to check out the previous videos, this is in the playlist. I did look at goalkeepers, all these positions individually. So we started off with goalkeepers, right back, left back, centre backs, central defensive midfielders, centre midfielders, central attacking midfielders, left attacking midfielders or left wingers, right attacking midfielders or right wingers, and strikers to finish off with. Yeah, but you're more than welcome to go check them out. They'll be there all the time, so go crazy. But let's get started. So we're going to start at the back. We'll go in the same range and in the same method as I did when I uploaded the videos. Starting off with goalkeeper then. So I was stuck between two, but I went with Marc-Andre ter Stegen. He's just awesome. I won't bring the players up now. I was stuck between him and Courtois. Obviously, there's a load of others as well, but in my preference, it's just between them and him and Courtois. They're probably the best goalkeepers on the game. I mean, most games, Barcelona go and buy ter Stegen straight away. So it's just a sign of how good he actually is. Then we'll move on to a right back. This was actually quite a tough one. There's quite a lot of players for me to consider in this one, but I actually decided to go for the guy that I smashed it with on FM13, and he's still just as good. And that's Deschilio. So Matteo Deschilio plays for AC Milan. He's just awesome. With my United save, I actually brought a previous United save. I brought him in to eventually replace Raphael. He was second choice to him, and he pushed Raphael out of the team pretty quickly, to be honest with you. He is just unbelievable. I can't recommend a right back higher than him. But there's a couple of others like Goalkeeper. He's very good, but I went with Deschilio. Then left back. Again, there's a lot of players in this position. But I went with the Englishman in Luke Shaw. He's just awesome, man. I know he changed the same save to save, with his attributes can really differ, but he's just unbelievable. I mean, he's probably the best English prospect on the game, in my opinion. So I would check him out for most teams. It would probably cost you in the region of 25, 20 million-ish, depending on what you add on as clauses. Other players I considered: Alex Grimaldo, Jonathan Silva was another one, and Kurzawa, who plays for Monaco. But I went with Luke Shaw. I love him. Just love him. So we'll go with one of the centre backs. I don't think anyone can agree with this one. Raphael Varane plays for Real Madrid. He's just unbelievable. He's crazy good. To pick him up, I actually managed to get him in the second season for 25 million, so be aware of that in your saves. And he's just absolutely unbelievable. Go check out centre backs if you want to see how good he is. The next one I was really torn between, I'd probably say three centre backs. I went with this guy. Oh, not him. I went with Marquinhos, plays for PSG. Now, I know people are going to say about Eder Alvarez-Balanta. Doria is another good one. He's very good. And also Kurt Zuma, he's good, but I found on the 14.3 update Zuma's not quite as good, but he is still awesome. But I went with Marquinhos because Marquinhos is absolutely ridiculous on the 14.3 update. He's just absolutely superb. So they're my two centre backs, but I'd highly recommend getting them too. I know there's a lot of other players that could have been considered in this, but they're the ones I went for. So then we'll go for the right centre midfielder, and I went with this. This is probably one of the toughest positions I could think of, that or possibly central attacking midfield. But for now, we'll stick with centre midfielders. So for the right hand side, don't worry about the actual position or their roles just for now. This is just for the positions. I went for Marco Verratti, plays for PSG as well. Good youngster, and he's just possibly one of the best young centre midfielders on the game. You can pick him up quite cheap sometimes, in the region of sort of 15 million, and he's just awesome. I mean, go check him out. And then on the other side, no other than Paul Pogba. Again, he is probably one of the best sort of central midfielders that are young, or the best prospects about him. So I would highly recommend getting him as well. But I mean, other players you could have considered to go in there. Kovacic, he could go in there for Inter Milan. There's plenty of players that can go in there. Florenzi's not really a Wonderkid, he's a little bit older. But yeah, they're the ones I went for. You'll probably notice that I'm not playing a defensive midfielder in this lineup. I just went with two centre midfielders. But for defensive midfield options, I probably would have gone either Kondogbia or Diego Reyes. Kondogbia plays for Monaco, I believe, and Diego Reyes plays for Porto. But they'd been the defensive midfielders, but these are just natural centre midfielders that I went for now. So then we'll move on to central attacking midfielder. Probably a little bit biased to this one, but there's quite a few players that I could have considered, but I went for Adnan Januzaj. On the 14.3 update, Januzaj is absolutely ridiculous. He's first team already. He's just so good. Other players you could have I considered to go there. Quintero, he's one that I considered. Who else have we got? Adam Mayer can be good. Otavio can be very good as well. But I went with Januzaj. Januzaj is just, you need to see him on the 14.3 update. He's just absolutely superb. So then we'll go to right wing. This was a little bit easier, this one. I think wingers are probably the hardest players to find, non-regen wise, on the game. I really do struggle, especially if you don't want to spend a lot of money. And this is another example of one that you'll have to spend a lot of money on. And that is Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura is crazy good. Another PSG player. So there's quite a few PSG players in this so far. So we've got 3. He's just awesome. You need to go check him out. He's really, really quick. And I can't praise him enough. Other right wingers that you could have had, Oxlade-Chamberlain for an English option as well. Oxlade-Chamberlain is very, very good. Who else did we have? Wellington Nem, although he's not really a Wonderkid anymore. But I went with Lucas Moura because I think he's superb. Moving on to the left hand side, then I had a couple that I could choose from. Iko Munayin was one. El Shaarawy was one. I do like El Shaarawy, but he's injury prone on this game on FM, so I tend to avoid him. But El Shaarawy, if he wasn't injury prone, El Shaarawy is awesome. But I went with Julian Draxler. He's very, very expensive. £39 million release clause. Your probably best bet is to wait for him to get a new contract, and you'll probably be able to get him a little bit cheaper. But he's just signed the new contract. I think it's till about 2018. He's there till. So, but Julian Draxler, you can't like argue against how good he is. Although there are some stats in him that he does need working on, he's unreal. He's an absolute beast as well. He's tall. He's good in the air. He's quick. He's skillful. He's very, very agile. Very technical. And he's crazy good. Strikers, right now, this is probably one of the most debated ones, I think people will say. Especially as I was probably stuck between probably down to 2 in the end. On the 14, but before 14.3, it would have been 3, but Aleksandar Mitrovic isn't as good on the 14.3 update. He was 4.5 star for United before the 14.3, and he's now only 3 star on the after the 14.3 update. So then I kind of tore it down to 2 players, and I went with this young man, Kevin Volland. £12.75 million release clause, so he's very, very cheap for what he is. He's 4.5 star in a Man United team with the likes of Mata, Van Persie and Rooney in it, so that just proves how good he is. He's very, very good. He's not very big, but he's very, very skillful. He's very quick. His physical stats are very, very good. They're awesome. Plus he's only young, so he's only going to get better. The player that you'll probably all be going, oh, where is he? Where is he? That I decided to go against, but this is just my personal preference, because when I look at a player, I look at their work rate, determination, natural fitness, and stamina. And unfortunately, stamina let this guy down, and that is Romelu Lukaku. Plays for Chelsea on loan at Everton at the moment. A lot of people were saying, why is he not in the team? Blah, blah, blah. But Volland is just so good. He's absolutely ridiculous. Another player that a lot of people, well, 2 more players that a lot of people regard as very, very good prospects, 5-star prospects. Timo Werner, but it's just the fact that Volland is better than him now, and pretty much he's only a little bit older. And the other one was Domenico Berardi, who's co-owned. He's also very good. I think he plays for Sassuolo at the moment. So these are the players that I was sort of weighing up. But I went with Volland just because of how much he is, how good he is for his age, and how much of a prospect he is, even though he is as good as he is. But yeah, like I said, that's my Wonderkid 11. If you want me to do other 11s, then let me know. Put some suggestions of what 11s you want me to do in the comment section below. So for the Wonderkid 11, we went with Ter Stegen, Shaw at left back, Marquinhos and Varane in the middle at centre back, De Sciglio at right back. Then we went for Paul Pogba and Marco Verratti in centre midfield, and there behind Adnan Januzaj, Julian Draxler on the left, Lucas Moura on the right, and then Kevin Volland up front. So guys, well, that brings the Wonderkid 11 series to a close. There's loads and loads of different things and ideas that I've got of different videos to go into next. So there'll be loads of different series. Just because this series has ended, I did try and get these out every single day. Unfortunately, the United game was on the other day against City, and we all know that City beat them 3-0, and after that I just couldn't be asked to do anything. Being a United fan, which is a bit depressing, but that's life. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the series. Don't forget to leave a like rating down below, and if you're enjoying the channel's content, please subscribe. It's great feedback for me. I mean, I'm doing this for a hobby. I'm not striving to get anywhere with YouTube. I'm just doing this for a hobby. I'm sharing. I get involved in the forums often on FM Scout, FM Base, on Football Manager Story. I'm consistently on all of those chat sites. Check out the Twitter at FMCampbe. I'll leave the link in the description below if you want to follow us there. I will regularly talk about FM 24/7. But yeah, like I said, I hope you've enjoyed the series. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you when we move on to whatever we move on to next. Cheers.